Welcome once again to another edition of AEW Dynamite Breakdown. I am your host, Evil Laz 905, aka the Lazarus Man, but you can call me Laz. We've got a lot to talk about. It was a great show. I am super hyped up for Full Gear, and this episode definitely did it. This is one of the best episodes of Dynamite yet, even though all of them have been really excellent. This one really got me ready for the pay-per-view, and I'm excited. So let me take a sip of my tea, and we'll get right to it. Today, I'm drinking Celestial Seasonings Chamomile. Very good. Delicious. So this episode was live from Charlotte, North Carolina, home or birthplace of Cody Rhodes. But the first match, of course, was Trent versus Pac. The crowd was really into the best friends and Trent. They're big fans. They hate Pac. Pac is really easy to hate. And of course, I don't blame people for hating him. Just look at his face. I'm just joking around. In any case, this was the rubber match between the two of them. I don't remember the first match I don't remember the first or second match that they wrestled, but this was apparently the rubber match. So it was an important win for whoever got it. This match had it had some good pacing in the beginning. Nice technical wrestling as well in the early portion of the match. But Pac, he seems to like to use every part of the wrestling area. And he took Trent outside and used all parts of the ring and the ring posts and the stairs and the barricades. In my opinion, there wasn't enough counting. From the ref, I would have liked to have seen more in-ring action instead of outside of the ring action. Nonetheless, I love Pac's style. It's slow. It's methodical. And he really took it to Trent. We had a nice interference from Orange Cassidy with those vicious shin kicks. Gave Trent a little bit of a chance to try and make a comeback. One thing I did like, Trent used the spear. Now, usually the spear you see it in other federations as a finishing maneuver. No. It's just a basic move. It's a tackle. You can't finish off anyone. Let's face it. And I like seeing it used in a non-finisher way. Incredible brainbuster, by the way, by Pac on the outside to Trent. Trent, of course, wins. Pac, of course, wins. He made Trent pass out to the Brutalizer. Very competitive match, I thought, despite the fact that Pac dominated the majority of it. And now he's got the momentum going into his match against Hangman Page at Full Gear. It's just my opinion. I can't wait to see that one go up. Next up, Cody had a big announcement. He brought up the management position last week. I talked about, does he deserve it? Yes, he does. But is it okay that he is getting a title shot so soon? Especially being a vice president. And Cody talked about that. He said if he does not win at Full Gear, he will never challenge for the AEW world title again. I thought it was a great promo. He called Jericho a carny succubus. I really love the emotion that Cody puts into his promos, into sort of everything he does. It feels very real. There's definitely that touch of Dusty Rhodes there. Dusty's someone who you can watch his old promos, you can watch his old matches, and especially his non-WWF matches, and you kind of feel what he feels, right? And I definitely got that vibe from Cody Rhodes. So it was a great promo. I enjoyed it quite a bit. More tea here. Delicious. So the next match was Dark Order versus Private Party. Now, before I get into the match, I just want to say Dark Order has still yet to impress me. On the other hand, I love the fast pace of Private Party. They put out a lot of great tag team combinations early on. They set the pace for the match. They dominated as far as I'm concerned. But as I watch this match, Dark Order just seems very uninspired. Private Party is so exciting in comparison. It really got me wanting to see this this pay-per-view match. But back to Dark Order. For a group called Dark Order, they don't seem that dark. They don't seem ominous or evil. They're minions. I forgot what they're called, but it doesn't matter. They feel unnecessary. So I'm not a fan of Dark Order. Usually I like these dark, gothic, evil things, right? I feel Dark Order falls flat. I would like to see them do something actually dark instead of lose matches. And that's just my opinion. In any case, Private Party wins. They're so much better than Dark Order. And now we're going to have a 3-way match coming at us in a few days at Full Gear. So that's going to be really exciting. I can't wait to see that. Just opened up the wrong window here. So then after this match, we had a little video, a hype video for Jericho. It was hilarious. Some cameos from Virgil, from Jericho's aunt's neighbor, church neighbor, or aunt's like church member or something like that. Jericho, of course, was called the youngest AEW champ in history at the age of 48. It was a hilarious video. I love the humor behind it. Sammy is now billed as a Spanish god. Jake Hagar called the Big Hurt. Very well done. These video packages AEW is doing are really good. There was another one later in the show with Brandy, and I liked it also. I'll talk about it in a moment. But what I really want to talk about, and this is my favorite match of the night, was Jamie Hayter and Emmie Sakura versus Rijo and Shana. Now, firstly, Shana debuted, I think, last week, and I was impressed then. But she really impressed me tonight. Emmie is also getting a lot of wrestling time, and it makes sense. She's going to have a match against Rijo at Full Gear. Rijo, of course, was her student, and it's always cool to see the student-teacher dynamic, and you could kind of see that in play at the very beginning of the match when they locked up. They obviously have a lot of really good in-ring chemistry together. Rijo, she has been fantastic. She's a great champ so far. I love her elusive style. And so Shana, let's talk about Shana. She's really been impressive. She's got these awesome uppercuts. She's got a really cool technical style. She's not afraid to take risks. She's got the look of someone who is definitely going to go far, I think, in AEW. I want to see more of her. Good tag team work between Shana and Rijo. Hayter, Jamie Hayter, she is strong. I loved her yelling at Rijo in Japanese while she's kicking her while she's down. Daijobu, Daijobu. I think that means, are you okay? You okay? I believe that's what that means, at least from my limited Japanese knowledge and watching anime. Hayter, during the break, if you were watching during the break, she was just torturing Rijo. It was fantastic. I would have liked to seen a little more focus on that. She wasn't in the ring as much as Emmie Sakura was, or even Shana. They kind of kept the Rijo and Shana apart, except for the beginning. I'm sorry, not Rijo and Shana. Rijo and Sakura apart, except for the beginning and the end of the match. Probably, of course, to hype up Saturday. Hayter was also very impressive. Great display of strength and her attitude. You gotta love these. Tough girls. I really liked it. Emmie Sakura pins Rijo. Great women's match. Very good ending. To me, it was the match of the night. It was really the match I was drawn to the most. I'm looking forward to seeing more women's wrestling on AEW. This is one of the best matches to date. After that, we had a wonderful Brandy promo where she is billing herself as the brains, saying that, why is she there? Is it because of Cody? Or is it just because she's another pretty face? No, she's saying she's the brains, and she's saying that Awesome Kong is the bronze, and it's a good combination. I want to see. Obviously, we've only seen a little bit of Awesome Kong so far. I think she's only wrestled pay-per-view matches. So hopefully we get to see more of her on Dynamite in the future. Next was Brandon Cutler versus Shawn Spears. This is kind of a cooler match in between a couple really high paced matches. Great shirt, by the way, from Shawn Spears. No more garbage wrestling. I want that shirt. Really good. Shawn was just brutal. There's no mercy on Cutler. Cutler had a few good kicks at Spears, but at the end, Cutler does the job and Shawn beats him. He's about to, do a Death Valley driver onto the chair, and Joey Janela comes out to save him from that chair shot and scares off Tully Blanchard and Shawn Spears. So looks like they're hyping up that. I don't know if there is a match between the two of them at Full Gear. There might be. It could be a good match. We'll see if there is. I don't know if there is. I only know sort of the main billing. But Janela versus Spears could be fun to watch. Final match of the night, Hangman Adam Page and Kenny Omega versus Jericho and Sammy Guevara. I've said it before. I like Adam Page better in tag team wrestling. I maybe it has something to do with his pacing. But it was a good start. Jericho tagged out immediately, putting Guevara in there. And it was a good opening. I love how Kenny paces his matches. He's got really good pacing, and Sammy was a good target for him to pick on early. It was also good to see Aubrey Edwards out there for the show's main event, reffing the main event again. Loving her work. Now, like I said, Adam Page, I like him better in tag team matches. He comes in, and once again, he shows what a good tag team wrestler he is, and I think that's because when Paige comes into a tag team match, he is more impressive because he has limited time, right? He's sharing the ring with, three other people, not just one opponent. And so he doesn't set the pace. And because the pace is set by sort of a combination of the teams, he has to be a little more dynamic, and he has to show off his moveset and his skills in a quicker fashion. And I like that. And I think that's why I like him better as a tag team wrestler. Back to the match, though. There was a good back and forth between the two teams. Jake Hagar interferes. Of course, we would figure that. I loved Sammy choking Omega with the tag rope that they use, right? So good heel work from those guys, as usual. A lot of good aerial spots towards the end. Pat comes out and hits a low blow on Paige. Jericho takes advantage, and there's the win. And then and then all hell breaks loose. Inner Circle comes out, starts giving a beat down. Cody comes out. MJF comes out. Cody gets a crossroads on Jericho. Now Moxley comes out for Omega. Santana and Ortiz come out to take on those guys. Then the Young Bucks. It went crazy. People were jumping off of the rafters. I'm really hyped for Full Gear. Now let's talk about Full Gear, and let's do my predictions. First, we're going to talk about the tag team title match, Lucha Bros versus SCU versus Private Party. I'm going to predict an SCU title defense. I'm guessing Christopher Daniels will be there. I'm hoping he will be there. He may be the difference maker in this match from the outside. Private Party, they're awesome, and I would have loved for them to be the first tag champs or the Lucha Bros. I don't think the Lucha Bros are going to win. I do think it's going to be SCU. I think they will defend. They just won the title. I think it's theirs to lose, but I think they're going to win it. Let's move on. Rijo versus Emmie Sakura. I think Rijo is going to defend, even though Emmie's got the momentum moving into the match after her tag team victory tonight. I think Rijo is going to defend her elusive style and this sort of student versus the teacher angle. I think I think she's got the edge, not because of her experience or her not because she's a champion, but because of her style. I love that elusiveness. compared to Emmie, who's a little more brutal, right? She's doing those like those rakes, those scratches. She's got some really strong moves, but Rijo is making sort of a career of beating everyone who is bigger than her. First it was Nyla, and now she's gonna beat Sakura. So, my prediction is Rijo. Okay. Let's go to Pac versus Paige. I think Pac's gonna win. He's on a roll. He's beaten everybody that he faces. I think the only match he lost was the one that Moxley walked out of. I'm not entirely sure of his record at the moment, but that was really, I think, the only one I saw him lose. And so I think Pac is going to continue his winning streak. I think he's moving up. I think he's going to get a title shot fairly soon. Mox versus Omega, lights out match. I mean, who really wins in a lights out match? There's going to be barbed wire. It's probably going to be bloody. There's going to be broken all sorts of things, if not bodies. I say Moxley wins. Omega, his record isn't super hot. I think this is Moxley's type of match, even though Omega is great in these types of matches. I think Moxley is going to not necessarily dominate, but he's going to pull out the victory. It's going to be brutal. It's going to be, most of all, entertaining. And then finally, Cody Rhodes versus Chris Jericho. Yeah, I think it's going to be Cody. After his bombshell announcement that he will never challenge for the AEW World title if he loses, I think this is where he wins. I don't necessarily predict a long title reign for him, but I think he's going to win it. Again, does he deserve to win it? That's really not up for me to decide. I think he absolutely deserves to be a champion. He is the VP, though, of this company. And like he said in his promo, a lot of great champions were also, in positions of management of the companies that they were champions of. So is Cody on that same route? Probably. Do I dislike him for it? No. He's good. He deserves to be champion. Look, the people love him. He's entertaining. He is truly, how can I put it? He's like he tells the stories in the ring. He reminds me such of like just these classic wrestlers who wrestle with so much emotion, and you really feel it emanating from him. Especially with that match with his brother. What was it at All Out? So this is what I'm predicting. Cody wins. It'll be short reign. Jericho will probably get the title back very quickly. So I imagine even a back and forth perhaps between the two of them for maybe a couple months. Who knows? Once Full Gear happens, we'll see probably a whole new set of matchups to come in the future. But I'm loving the Elite versus the Inner Circle. In any case, if you have any thoughts or comments, I am currently live on Twitch. Feel free. It looks like there's no one in my chat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the show. I'm going to upload this to YouTube. And if you have any comments, feel free to leave them there on my YouTube channel. And you can look me up. I don't even know how to look myself up over there. You can look me up as The Lazarus Man, Laz Effect 37. Right? I believe that is my channel. Yep, The Lazarus Man. I have one subscriber. And I'd like to thank that one subscriber. So I will link it here in a moment, and I'll shoot that out on Twitter. So once again, thank you very much for joining me. I am the Lazarus Man, Evil Laz 905 here on Twitch and eventually on YouTube in just a few minutes. Have a great evening. Or take it sleazy. I need like a really good sign off, so it's going to be take it sleazy. Check out Full Gear on Saturday. Lazarus Man signing off.